Whoa, what's up with you, Furiosa?
I'm in a huff, that's what, because of what just happened in the garage.
Hi, everyone. Today we're learning some popular English idioms. These phrases have special meanings and will help you sound more natural.
Nothing happens in this town I don't find out about sooner or later. If I get wind of anything, I'll let you know.
She'd got wind of a planned robbery at your casino.
Alan's been waiting for the invite ever since he got wind of the wedding.
See? You watch. One of these days, one of those talent scouts is going to get wind of Brad there. You watch.
Get wind of something. This idiom means to find out about something secretly or unexpectedly, often before you were supposed to know. For example, the manager got wind of the surprise party, so it wasn't a surprise anymore. That means he found out about it too soon. Another example, the police got wind of the plan and stopped the robbery in time. That means they discovered it before it happened. So when you get wind of something, it's like catching a smell in the air. You sense or discover news before it's fully out in the open. It usually happens by chance, not because someone told you directly.
Whoa, what's up with you, Furiosa?
I'm in a huff, that's what, because of what just happened in the garage.
Have you seen Wally this morning?
No, why?
He left the house in a huff.
What's the matter with Grayson? He just rushed right by me in a huff.
Well, Jake went off in a huff. He didn't like to lose.
In a huff, this idiom means to be upset, annoyed, or angry, often showing it by storming off, speaking sharply, or giving attitude. For example, she left the room in a huff after the argument. That means she walked away angrily. Another example, he got in a huff because nobody agreed with his idea. That means he became annoyed and showed his frustration. So, when someone is in a huff, they let their irritation show in their actions or behavior, like slamming doors, pouting, or giving short replies. It's a small but noticeable display of anger.
You don't want to be doing that, mate.
No, I really think I do.
Your funeral.
I just want to race.
Might lose your car.
Let's do it.
Your funeral.
The phrase, "it's your funeral," is an idiom people use when someone is about to make a bad decision or take a risky action. It's a way of warning them, like saying, "Go ahead if you want, but you'll suffer the consequences, not me." For example, if you want to drive that old car across the desert, go ahead. It's your funeral. Another example, you're quitting your job without another one lined up? Well, it's your funeral.
You do like me, just a little.
You're growing on me. I think I'm starting to like it here in Carolina. I can see it growing on me. Maybe.
Now, I know it's not Mom's house, and I know it's a little creaky, but give it some time. It's going to grow on you.
Edmund, you're starting to grow on me.
Grow on someone. This idiom means that over time, you start to like something or someone more than you did at first. For example, I didn't like the show at first, but it really grew on me after a few episodes. That means the more you watched it, the more you enjoyed it. Another example, at first I thought he was too quiet, but his kindness really grew on me. That means you began to appreciate him as you got to know him better. So when something grows on you, it slowly wins your heart. It might not impress you right away, but with time you realize you actually like it a lot.
Listen, you are hands down the most fashionable person I know.
Hands down, this is the best day of my life.
Chuck, you are the best legal mind I've ever known, hands down.
My food is the best New Orleans cuisine in Nashville, hands down.
That woman is hands down, without a question, the one true love of my life.
Hands down. This idiom means something is done or won very easily, with no doubt or competition. For example, she won the singing contest hands down. That means she won easily because she was clearly the best. Another example, that's hands down the best pizza in town. That means there's no question. It's the best one without any competition. So, when you say something is hands down, you're saying it's obvious, effortless, or unbeatable. It's like saying no one else even came close.
Wow. Monica runs a pretty tight ship around here, doesn't she?
Do you always run such a tight ship?
Well, Larry, we run a pretty tight ship around here. You'll find that we run a very tight ship here.
Run a tight ship. This idiom means to manage something in a very organized, strict, and disciplined way, where everyone follows the rules and things run smoothly. For example, the teacher runs a tight ship in her classroom. That means she keeps everything under control and doesn't let students misbehave. Another example, the coach runs a tight ship, so the team always shows up on time and trains hard. That means the coach is strict but effective. So when someone runs a tight ship, they're like the captain of a well-ordered crew, firm, focused, and making sure everyone does their part. It's about leadership that keeps things steady and successful.
I met Bill at a local nightclub, hit it off with him pretty well. Bill's a great guy.
You guys seem to be hitting it off.
Well, it seems like Sally and Eric are hitting it off.
I guess we kind of hit it off because a year later we were married.
Hit it off with someone. This idiom means to quickly become friends or feel a strong connection with someone right after meeting them. It's often used when two people just click instantly. For example, I met Sarah at a party and we really hit it off. That means they got along right away and felt comfortable together. Another example, my new coworker and I hit it off from day one. That means they became friends as soon as they started working together. So when you hit it off with someone, it's not about fighting. It's about chemistry, connection, and a good vibe from the start.
This is not a team that does any sort of resting on its laurels. It's always about, the next game.
Your first book did great business, but you can't rest on your laurels.
Believe me, I'm not resting on anything.
You've done well. Now is not the time to be resting on our laurels.
But you can't rest on your laurels in this league against any team.
Rest on one's laurels. This idiom means to stop putting in effort because you're satisfied with your past success. It's like saying you're relaxing instead of working hard for new goals. For example, after winning the championship, the team started resting on their laurels. That means they stopped trying as hard because they were proud of what they'd already done. Another example, she's talented, but she can't rest on her laurels if she wants to stay on top. That means she shouldn't just depend on her past success. She needs to keep improving. So when someone rests on their laurels, they're living off their old achievements instead of striving for new ones. It's a reminder that success doesn't last if you stop putting in the effort.
Okay, I'll swing by.
Hey Bernie, my older sister's having a party this weekend. You should swing by.
Could you possibly swing by and see me for a few minutes this afternoon?
Hey, I'm having a team barbecue on Thursday. You should swing by.
Swing by. This idiom means to visit a place for a short time, usually without planning to stay long. For example, I'll swing by your house after work. That means I'll stop at your house for a quick visit. Another example, can you swing by the store and grab some milk? It means, can you stop at the store briefly on your way? So when you swing by somewhere, you're just dropping in, quick, easy, and usually on your way to another place.
Tonight is an all-hands-on-deck situation.
We need all hands on deck to clear up your mess.
All hands on deck. This idiom means everyone must help or be involved, especially when there's a lot of work to do or something important happening. For example, the boss said it's all hands on deck to finish this project tonight. That means everyone has to join in and work together. The phrase comes from sailing. When a ship was in trouble, the captain would shout, "All hands on deck," calling every sailor to help. So today, when someone says, "It's all hands on deck," it means no one sits out. Everyone's needed. For example,
So we gotta assume they're coming back, right?
And they can clearly find us.
We need all hands on deck. Where's Clint?
Right now, we need all hands on deck.
We are going to need all hands on deck.
If we're gonna do this, we need all hands on deck, so get moving.
We all make mistakes.
You're preaching to the choir on that one, sister.
You're the coolest mom in town.
Well, Tony, you're preaching to the choir.
Life is sucky and hard.
Preaching to the choir, baby.
Being a woman sucks.
Preaching to the choir. Women are the worst.
preach to the choir. This idiom means to try to convince someone who already agrees with you. In other words, you're saying something to people who already believe the same thing, so it's kind of pointless. For example, I told my fitness coach that exercising is important, but I was just preaching to the choir. That means the coach already knows and believes that exercising is important. Another example, don't tell me Messi is the best player in the world. You're preaching to the choir. That means the person already agrees that Messi is the best. So, when you preach to the choir, you're not changing anyone's mind. You're just repeating what they already believe.
You hope for the best, then make do with what you get.
I agree, it's not my best disguise, but let's make do.
Sorry, there's no meat. We gotta make do with what we have.
We don't have much to work with, but we make do. Sometimes it's not enough.
Make do. This idiom means to manage with what you have, even if it's not perfect or enough. It's about adapting and finding a way to be okay with limited resources. For example, we didn't have enough chairs for everyone, so we had to make do with the sofa. That means they used what they had, the sofa, instead of chairs. Another example, I forgot my brush, so I made do with my fingers. That means she used her fingers as a replacement for a brush. So when you make do, you're not complaining. You're making the best out of what's available.
Thanks for sticking up for me earlier.
It's sweet of you to stick up for your friend like that.
It's about time you stuck up for yourself and acted like a man.
See, my mom would never stick up for me.
Stick up for someone. This idiom means to defend or support someone, especially if others are criticizing or treating them unfairly. For example, when people made fun of her accent, her friend stuck up for her. That means her friend defended her and didn't let others be mean. Another example, he always sticks up for his younger brother at school. That means he protects him and speaks out if anyone bothers him. So, when you stick up for someone, you show loyalty and courage by standing by their side. It's about being the kind of person who doesn't stay silent when others need support.
Are you dating anyone?
No. Slim pickings in Warfield.
All the people you just graduated with are going to get the good jobs, and you'll be left with whatever slim pickings there are in September.
Lab results came back on Colton. Slim pickings. Nothing to help you identify your killer, I'm afraid.
We're compiling a short list of VP candidates for you to look over, as well as more potential cabinet appointees.
Unfortunately, it's still slim pickings, sir.
Slim pickings. This idiom means there isn't much to choose from, or the options are very few and not very good. For example, we went to the store late at night, but it was slim pickings in the bakery. That means there were only a few things left to buy. Another example, when it comes to good jobs in that small town, it's slim pickings. That means there aren't many good opportunities available. So when someone says it's slim pickings, they mean the choices are limited and not the best. It's a casual way to explain when things feel scarce. Sometimes in life, you just have to make the most of what little is available.
Tonight is an all-hands-on-deck situation.
We need all hands on deck to clear up your mess.
We are going to need all hands on deck.
If we're gonna do this, we need all hands on deck, so get moving.
All hands on deck. This idiom means everyone is needed to help with a task, especially when something is urgent or important. For example, the project deadline is tomorrow, so it's all hands on deck tonight. That means everyone must work together to finish it on time. Another example, when the storm hit, it was all hands on deck to protect the house. That means the whole family had to help secure everything quickly. So, when you hear all hands on deck, it's a call for teamwork, a reminder that sometimes success depends on everybody pitching in and doing their part. It shows the power of unity when facing challenges.
Oh yeah, don't get too worked up over it. I mean, it sounds like he's a doctor, but he's not.
I was all worked up over nothing.
I get so worked up over every little thing.
Susan, why are you getting so worked up over this?
Get worked up. To get worked up means to become very upset, angry, nervous, or emotional about something. For example, he got worked up when the waiter messed up his order. That means he became angry over the mistake. Another example, don't get worked up about the exam. You've studied hard, you'll be fine. That means don't get too nervous or stressed about it. So, when someone gets worked up, they let their emotions take over, often more than the situation really needs.
If the deadline was tight and I had to cut corners, I had no paperwork at all. But you should know, Mr. Cray has cut corners and ignored sound science to get where he is.
We gonna fix this my way. By working harder, not cutting corners and creating conflict.
Cutting corners is what you've been doing.
Yeah, I'ma cut corners.
Cut corners. This idiom means to do something in the easiest, fastest, or cheapest way, but not the proper or best way. Usually, it means saving time or money by skipping important steps. For example, the builder cut corners when making the house and now the roof is leaking. That means the builder rushed or used cheap materials instead of doing quality work. Another example, if you cut corners on studying, don't expect good results on the test. That means if you don't put in the full effort, the outcome won't be good. So when people say don't cut corners, they mean do the job properly, even if it takes longer or costs more. Cutting corners might seem easier in the moment, but it usually causes bigger problems later.
So, Des, I think we should address the elephant in the room.
Okay, before we get started, I think that we need to address the elephant in the room.
I think we should address the elephant in the room.
I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
Address the elephant in the room. This idiom means to talk about the big, obvious problem that everyone knows about but no one wants to mention. For example, during the meeting, no one wanted to address the elephant in the room, the company's money problems. That means everyone knew the company had financial issues, but they were avoiding the topic. Another example. At dinner, I decided to address the elephant in the room and asked why my brother was so upset. That means I brought up the issue everyone was quietly noticing, but no one was talking about. So, when you address the elephant in the room, you stop pretending everything is fine and openly deal with the real issue. It's not always easy, but it's often necessary to move forward.
We've worked way too hard for you to throw in the towel now.
Don't throw in the towel.
She was relentless, which was amazing that she didn't throw in the towel. And then finally, the universe said yes.
Throw in the towel. This idiom means to give up or quit when something feels too hard or when you see no chance of winning. For example, after hours of trying to fix the computer, she finally threw in the towel. That means she gave up because it was just too frustrating. Another example, the boxer was too tired to keep fighting, so his coach threw in the towel. That means they stopped the fight because he couldn't continue. So when someone throws in the towel, it's like saying, I'm done. I can't keep going with this anymore.
First up tomorrow morning, I'm gonna hit the sack.
Everyone's hitting the sack. Everyone's getting the sleep that they lack.
Sometimes I wish you could just hit the sack and never wake up.
I am ready to hit the sack.
Hit the sack. This idiom means to go to bed or go to sleep, usually because you're tired. For example, I have work early tomorrow, so I'm going to hit the sack. That means you're going to bed to get some rest. Another example. After the long trip, he was so exhausted that he hit the sack as soon as he got home. That means he went straight to sleep without doing anything else. So, when people say they're going to hit the sack, they're simply saying they need some good rest and are heading to bed. It's an easy, casual way to talk about going to sleep.
Let's play it by ear, see what happens.
You're right. Let's play it by ear.
Let's play it by ear.
Okay, we'll play it by ear.
Let's play it by ear in case you're tired or...
Play it by ear. This idiom means to handle a situation without a fixed plan. You just see what happens and react in the moment. For example, we don't know what time the movie ends, so let's just play it by ear. That means we'll decide what to do next when the time comes. Another example, he didn't prepare a speech. He decided to play it by ear. That means he spoke without planning, making it up as he went along. So when you play it by ear, you're being flexible, going with the flow, and not stressing about having everything figured out in advance. Sometimes, that's the best way to deal with life.
Oh yeah, don't get too worked up over it. I mean, it sounds like he's a doctor, but he's not.
I was all worked up over nothing.
I get so worked up over every little thing.
Susan, why are you getting so worked up over this?
Get worked up. To get worked up means to become very upset, angry, nervous, or emotional about something. For example, he got worked up when the waiter messed up his order. That means he became angry over the mistake. Another example, don't get worked up about the exam. You've studied hard, you'll be fine. That means don't get too nervous or stressed about it. So, when someone gets worked up, they let their emotions take over, often more than the situation really needs.
I mean, people want to be challenged, not spoon-fed.
Come on, Leonard. I am spoon-feeding this to you.
Do I have to spoon-feed it to you?
Logan has been spoon-fed his entire career by Viola.
Spoon feed. To spoon feed someone means to give them help in a way that's too easy, without letting them think, learn, or work on their own. For example, the teacher spoon-fed the students all the answers. That means the teacher gave everything directly instead of letting them figure it out. Another example, stop spoon-feeding him. He needs to learn how to solve problems by himself. That means too much help is making him lazy or dependent. So, when you spoon-feed someone, you're making things so simple that they don't put in their own effort.
Really, I'm at my wit's end.
I am literally at my wit's end.
I'm at my wit's end.
I've been at my wit's end since he disappeared.
To be at your wit's end. This means you feel completely frustrated, worried, or don't know what else to do about a problem. For example, she tried everything to calm her baby, but nothing worked. She was at her wit's end. That means she felt helpless and out of ideas. Another example, I'm at my wit's end with this broken computer. It just won't turn on. That means the person has tried everything and feels hopeless. So, being at your wit's end is when you're mentally exhausted and can't think of any more solutions.
There's an evil corporation hell-bent on destroying us.
And I don't know why you're so hell-bent on working.
He's hell-bent on finding your money.
If you're hell-bent on going to Mexico, I'm going with you.
Be hell-bent on something. This means being extremely determined to do something, no matter the challenges or risks. For example, he was hell-bent on winning the race, even if it meant pushing his body to the limit. That means he was so determined that nothing could stop him. Another example, she's hell-bent on proving everyone wrong about her new business idea. That means she is fully focused and will do whatever it takes to succeed. So, when someone is hell-bent on something, they have a strong drive that pushes them forward, sometimes even ignoring the consequences because they just won't back down.
Well, I could do with a little excitement.
We could do with your help.
You look like you could do with a drink.
I could do with a friend.
Could do with something. This phrase means that you really need or would like to have something because it would make things easier, better, or more enjoyable. For example, I could do with a cup of coffee right now. That means a coffee would really help or make you feel better. Another example, she could do with a vacation after working so hard all year. That means a vacation would be good for her and help her relax. So when you say, I could do with something, you're not just saying you want it. You're saying it would improve your situation in some way, like a little boost or relief that makes life smoother. It's a polite and natural way people in everyday English talk about needs or wishes. That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching until the end. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. I'll see you in the next one.